All right, y'all. So a lot of y'all know me to come up on here and start speaking some truth, even though my truth can seem very controversial or um, outlandish, or I know some people think I'm fucking crazy. I'm off my rocker or whatever, right? And I know there's some people out there on the low that does see what I'm talking about, and don't think I'm crazy. So either way, I'm gonna put this out here about this, okay? Now, on one side, despite all the spiritual work that I've done on myself, there was one thing that I had the hardest time accepting. And because in this particular area of my life, I had a little bit more fear than I had faith, um, I put myself in a compromising situation, okay? Um, So, with that being said, because I allowed myself to be compromised to a certain extent, um, there were some people that I had involved myself with. Um, a person in particular, I'll say, that I involved myself with, and I knew she was trouble from the beginning, but there were signs I chose to ignore due to this one thing that I did not complete within my spiritual work yet, because I'm still on it. And long story short, I got involved with people that I didn't know I was getting involved with in like behind the scenes, because I got involved with this one person. She was connected to a bunch of people who was trying to take me down. This shit was a setup. This was the most nonchalant setup I have ever been ambushed by. Okay, this was like nonchalant. And so I went out to a convenience store with a couple of friends. Only me and the one friend went in there. Um, and then we were the only ones in that entire convenience store except for one person, but I didn't see him. And as I was walking up towards the counter, um, waiting for somebody to come and ring me up, I heard some arguing in the corner of the store. So long story short, there was this kid, probably somewhere in his mid 20s, early 20s, beat red in the fucking face, like pissed drunk. And so we got into a fight, and I got into the fight because I was defending my friend. I wasn't trying to see him go down in no way. Um, he hit him, but not as hard as he hit me. He hit me the hardest. um, and you know, I got hit pretty hard. I fell to the ground pretty hard, but I got up. Like, we were all on the floor, and we were like wrestling pretty much, the three of us. And there was some people that was trying to pull us apart after a while. Everything happened so quick. The police came, but they ran off. They ran off. Him and his little raggedy ass friends. They ran off. Um, the police came like immediately after they ran off. Um, from what our other friend was telling me, not long afterwards, he was saying that there was like 20 police cars in this fucking parking lot, and not none of them. I don't believe not none of them went to find that fucking kid. Um, We made the police report, the ambulance came, they just, gave me an ice pack or whatever. The convenience store themselves, they gave me an ice pack, but like, no, I had no tears. I had no complaining. I had no bitching. I was good. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to make sure my friend was good. Um, and all this to say, right? All this to say, I really got set up. Now I can't 100% explain how I got set up without sounding like I take paranoid pills. But because of the abilities that I have psychically have been able to help me connect a lot of dots that didn't make sense that entire night. That entire night, something was really fucking off. Something was really fucking wrong. And because I felt that, I knew in the background there were some setting up that was being done. And so I'm gonna say this part. And I don't care if I sound fucking crazy to nobody. I don't care what nobody fucking thinks of me. But a lot of these police officers and so-called authority figures, this was the work of Freemasons right here. Because they want me to keep my fucking mouth shut. Because I absolutely speak the truth. Because I have the ability to expose people who are not true, who are not honest, who do not lead and speak and live with honest hearts. I have the ability to see this shit. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that I also speak on the shit. Inevitably, people are getting exposed. And this is not me. This is not about me being a fucking spiritual snitch. Please understand that there is something much bigger at play than what these puppet motherfuckers are doing. And I have to expose it, and I have to help people see the truth within themselves so that therefore, we can see the truth better outside of ourselves. Because, there's a lot of people out here who are in authoritative positions, and they are doing the most corrupt shit behind the scenes. And a lot of these people, they got beautiful smiles. A lot of these people, they got big voices and want to just help out the community. These people, are the backbone of the community, but they're genuinely spineless people. And we want to talk about, bettering the world and shit. But the world that is not meant to be anymore is gonna be exposed. It's gonna crumble. It's gonna be seen as the weak world that it always was. It had just enough strength to put a veil over people's eyes, but not enough to keep it there. And this, so like I said, this is not about me snitching on nobody's name. I don't need to drop no names. All you need to do is pay attention to what I'm saying, and then you're gonna start seeing the shit. And you can keep calling me crazy afterwards if you want. You can enjoy that. But this was the work of fucking Freemasons. This was the work of a bunch of fucking Freemasons. There are inevitably going to be some arrests behind the scenes. There are going to be people within communities, whether it's the music community or the spiritual community or the health and wellness and holistic community. All these communities, when I'm talking about nonprofit organizations, there's gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna be on the news, and you're not gonna expect it. But I'm giving y'all a heads up. I'm letting you know there's so much evil shit that happens behind the scenes, and people try to sweep it under the rug of a nice smile, a well put together person, and some fucking cologne or perfume or incense and oil and shit. Okay? At the end of the day, if we can't get from underneath the veil of community people, we're not going to be able to get underneath the veil of the Antichrist. We're going to sit there and really be swooped in by the spells of the words that are casted out of these people's mouths. And they all take advantage of our early childhood traumas. They all take advantage of our ignorance in the things that we don't know. They take advantage of our fears. We're all being taken advantage of out of here. We're all being taken advantage of. I'm not the only one. But the thing is, I get it in a way where most people don't get it, simply because I know how to unveil the shit. And I'm not afraid of nobody. And they're starting to fucking see that shit. They're starting to fucking see that shit. So I'm going to call it right now. There are going to be some police officers behind the scene that right now are getting arrested and will get arrested. And some of them are going to be put on TV as humiliation rituals to them because they did not do their job the way they were supposed to when it comes to the Freemasons and the witch and warlock bullshit that be happening behind the scenes. They could not... some of these people, some of these puppets that, thought they were tough, thought that they could, they could play the game, that they can withstand this, that, and the third in the dark realm. They're going to be publicly humiliated, arrested. Their names are going to be out. I'm hearing warrants for arrest. These people are going to be shown, and everything that they got in terms of money, in terms of all the favors that they were able to pull, they're not going to have no support, no nothing no more. Okay? Like I said, this is going to be a lot of police figures. There's going to be some judges. There's going to be some chunky arrests going on. Nonprofit organizations, people who in the community thought that these people had real light. Meanwhile, motherfuckers who's been talking on my name all this time, trying to drag my name through the mud, I'm about to be cleared. My shit about to be cleared. And I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I really don't. I'm not distracted by 9-to-5 jobs. I'm not distracted by the system. I'm not distracted by getting caught up when it comes to money and chasing this shit. I'm not distracted by anything. I am fully fucking focused on healing myself, remembering who the fuck I am, and allowing my light to shine through, and showing other people how to do it. And speaking the truth. I can't help it. I can't help the darkness that I have the ability to see. I can't help that there's some of it I have to actually speak on. That is my fucking job. I know a lot of people, what are you, arrogant? Oh, because you're psychic, you arrogant, you think your life is better than everybody else's because you've been doing the work, or, you think you're better than other people because you're different and you embrace your differences. No, I don't think I'm better than anybody else at all. I think I just have the balls and the fucking courage to say what needs to be said while most people will sweep it under the fucking rug. My way of simply shining, of simply existing, I'm being looked at like I'm fucking arrogant for it. I can't go to the mailbox without, motherfuckers taking pictures of me driving by, doing some weird shit. Can't have a conversation without people pretending to go outside and, be on their phones and enjoy the day. And as soon as my conversation's over, they go right back in their fucking homes. Okay? Like I said, I put that post up. You want my gifts, you're going to have to take my fucking curses too. You can be gang stalked if you fucking want. You can take that if you want. You can have people throw spells on you 24/7 trying to have you commit suicide on some weird shit. You can have that if you want. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna call out shit that people don't like. And that's too fucking bad. I'll take the hate for it. I'll take every arrow, every fucking bullet, every rock, every tomato. I don't give a fuck. There's some shit out here that's way beyond money. It's way beyond the clothes you wear. It's way beyond the shit that we do on stage. It's way beyond the art that we put on canvases and the events that we throw. Though we may be doing some beautiful things, and it's necessary, absolutely. It is necessary for our light to shine however it shines. But when I'm telling you the level of evil that is really behind this entire world, I'm trying to fucking tell you and I'm trying to fucking warn you. So you can sit here and think that I'm fucking arrogant or crazy or schizophrenic or whatever the fuck you want to think. But I promise you, my words are ringing true and people are going to start to see that shit. And when you see that shit, obviously, I'm not looking for nobody to send me no type of fucking praise. Just keep your motherfucking name out of my mouth. I've been taking the stress. I've been taking the gang stalking, the harassment on every level for my entire life. And it really got turned up on some heavy shit these past 5 years. It really got turned the fuck up. Fine. I'll take the mission. I don't mind. The truth needs to be unveiled. And some people out here like myself are truth speakers. And yeah, we are looking for some vindication after some time of being locked up in psych wards or being homeless or being put in positions we shouldn't have been in. I'm grateful at the end of the day that I have been through it. Because had I not been through all this shit, I wouldn't have had a reason to get closer to God, egotistically speaking. It would have been too easy for my ego to just go and be a rich asshole if I really wanted to. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for all the shit that I've been through. I'm grateful that I have the ability to speak what I speak and see what I see and sense all that I can sense. I'm not afraid. And what I want most for people is just for people to continue to remember who we are. This is a collective thing. The more that we heal ourselves individually, the more that we take accountability and responsibility for the shit that happens in our lives, the more we build strength and character and integrity within ourselves to let go of what no longer serves us, to let go of what no longer is benefiting us, to let go of the things that have only benefited the ego. We're going to start to see more clearly, feel more clearly, become more aligned with the heart and the mind, and lead with logic and emotion at the same time. Not being too logical, not being too emotional, but leading with an honest heart and balance. A healthy, balanced perspective. That's what I want most for people. And that's going to look however it's going to look in the future. But I have to do my duty, do my job, and talk about these things. This isn't for the sake of, oh, I'm right and you're wrong, and that's not what it is. It's I have to give you a heads up on the fucked up shit that's about to go down. Because at the end of the day, we don't go through the fucked up shit that we go through and never not hear a warning beforehand. God doesn't never not have our fucking back. Let's be real. Doesn't matter if something's caught off guard. There will always be a heads up to something that's about to happen. My big mouth has to be the heads up. Alright? So I'm putting this on here and I'm letting y'all know. Even the beautiful things that you got going on, I'm not here to take that away from you. Enjoy your successes. Enjoy the beautiful things that are happening. Excuse me, but stay balanced, stay focused, stay grounded in reality that evil looks way more than some gunshots in the hood, or a random murder scene in the suburbs because so and so cheated, or once in a blue terrorist attack. This evil leaks within everything. It's affecting everybody. Evil can look like a pretty face. Evil can look like a group of people that you thought you can get help from. Evil is sneaky, but so is karma. So for some of you motherfuckers that's been dabbling in the evil, you can enjoy that. Everybody else, take it a moment at a time. Don't let nobody take your breath away. Love yourself. Love yourself. Accept who you are. Let go of the shit that's not benefiting you no more. And just take it a moment at a time. All right? Love y'all. Peace.